So I definitely feel as though that if Marsau and Tisha thanked Melody and Martell for putting their name into the pot as far as who has helped them get on the show, giving them this platform. If they done it once, I agree with them. I feel like they don't have to keep thanking Melody and Martell for putting their names out there so they could be a featured cast member. But I do feel as though that they can be a little bit much because honestly, we really wouldn't even have a show if it wasn't for Martell and Melody. Basically what people said, had Martell not come out with his infidelity or that wasn't on full display, I do feel as though that maybe we wouldn't have had a second or third, fourth, fifth season. And as many people mentioned, it was because of the Holts transparency that kept people tuning in. And that's just what we ask for the rest of the couples. Not to say you have to tell us every little thing about your relationship, but give us the ups and the downs. A lot of times we only hear about the ups, and it is kind of crazy how the downs get people tuned in more, but a little bit it could be the downs are actually more relatable because we know that marriage, coming together with another person, is not an easy feat. Even when you're two of the best people all in the world. You know what I'm trying to say? So it does take a lot of dying to yourself and a lot of putting someone's needs above your own. But it's a great thing because as you're doing that for them, they should be doing that for you. So I do feel as though, as what many people have said, it's funny how Melody and Martell can basically do interviews and talk about their own life and what they got going on without even really mentioning the other cast. But when the shoe is on the other foot, it does seem as though the cast has to bring up what Melody and Martell are doing or try to throw some slick shade here and there. I do find that a little funny, and I'm glad people brought that up. I'm glad people are questioning the Scotts about that, but at the same time, I don't feel like it should be some bow down kind of energy. I don't feel like every single time that the Scotts come on TV or do an interview that they have to thank Melody and Martell because I'm pretty sure there were other couples that were being interviewed, but they decided to go with the Scotts. So I'm going to give them credit. I'm going to go ahead and give them what needs to be given, but at the same time, I do feel as though just calm down a little bit. Maybe Tisha, get your mom in check. Don't bite the hands that feed you. We're not going to act like the Halls did absolutely nothing, but at the same time, it was you guys being together because they did score, which I think is pretty cool. So I just think it's interesting. And like they said, if they wanted to keep the show about real estate, then, maybe it wasn't meant for Carlos to pick up the show, and maybe they could have shopped their show to HGTV and they could have kept their relationship off the TV screens. Wouldn't that be something? Would you guys still watch a show about the Halls, the Scotts, and the other Scotts if it was strictly about real estate and strictly about their businesses and not very much about their family business? I mean, like I already told y'all before, I honestly did clock out when I heard Martell allude to having a girlfriend because that turned me off. It's oh my gosh, this show's about to go on. It's about to take a Love and Hip Hop kind of turn, especially because they were older black people. I feel hate to say it, but sometimes you can kind of pass off infidelity. Okay, they were young, but I didn't like that these were professional and black people and kind of older established black people, and they were still carrying on like they were younger. It was on some I got a main chick and a mistress. You know what I mean? That's so juvenile, but I just would expect more from these people. But nevertheless, you can't really judge regardless. You can't really put anybody on a pedestal. No one's more different or better than anybody. That was just my projection that I was putting on the cast or whatever. So it did bother me, and as y'all know, I always say I tuned out, but then I got tuned back in maybe a season or two later where Destiny came in the mix. So I think last season I started watching it again as I started talking about the show with you guys. But yeah, y'all, but let me know how y'all feel about the Scotts. Maybe I'm missing some things. Maybe the Holts should get more credit than what the Scotts are giving them. I'm just kind of looking at an aerial view, but sometimes I feel like you have to go through a fine-tooth comb to see certain things that I didn't miss. So maybe you guys can help me figure those things out. But what do you guys think? Do you guys feel like the Scotts are good? Like they said thank you, they appreciate it. Melody and Martell's contribution to them being on the show, but that's it? Or is it that, the Scotts are getting too big for their britches and they need to come down and humble themselves and stop acting like they're the cat's meow? Because there wouldn't even be a show if it wasn't for Melody and Martell. Because when you think about it, let's just think about it. If we just took them out, like Melody and Martell, like if we didn't just see them at all, it would be a different show. It would be a different vibe. We would feel it. You know what I mean? We would actually feel like, dang, something missing. I honestly feel that way. I'm not even trying to pick a side or anything like that, but you would be like, if it was just the Scotts, the two Scotts and the Whitlows, it would just be a little off, I think. But who knows? Only one way to find out. We'll see. But let me know what y'all think overall. Other than that, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.
Met Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent. Met Synquette, man, the girl